Swift gears to football. We had some big news. Jamal Adams requested a trade out of the New York Jets. He listed his possible destinations, including but not limited to the Chiefs, Ravens, Eagles, Cowboys. Who am I missing? I know you guys know.
You missed.
What?
You're missing the Seahawks.
Oh, Seahawks.
I think that's it.
And there was like 2 other teams. Yeah, list of 7.
The
So
Ravens already, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So where do
It
you
was like
guys
six
see?
playoff. It was like 6 playoff teams in the
49ers.
Cowboys.
Ravens,
You
Cowboys,
Chiefs.
Texans, Chiefs, Eagles, 49ers, and Seahawks.
Appreciate that.
And he
So,
also said that he wouldn't mind going to Tampa Bay to play with the Bucks to reunite with Todd Bowles.
Did say that. So we start with Damon. Where do you want to see Jamal Adams go? And put your fandom to the side. Let's be objective.
I'm not gonna be objective.
He's
I want to
going
see
to
him for the Seahawks. But realistically, I'm going to be honest, we don't have money for a ham sandwich. So if I was a betting man, which I kind of am, if I was to say which team I think he's going to, I do think he's going to end up in Dallas. Somehow, some way. There's going to be players at the end of the day where they realize they can't pay anyway. A player like Jamal Adams, you acquire him, and you're automatically a Super Bowl contender. I believe Dallas already thinks they're a Super Bowl contender. We know that they've been in the market for a free safety for the last 3 years. As far as trading for one, they wanted Earl Thomas. So you trade for Jamal Adams, that defense is 10 times better. The whole situation with Dak and him just signing his franchise tender, which I know we'll get to in a minute. But, I mean, if you trade for Jamal, to me that means Dak's probably not going to be there the year after this year. So all your chips are in, which I think Jerry Jones is in. I mean, 2020 and a season like this one coming up, if we are blessed to have this year, I think Dallas trading for Jamal Adams makes them the favorite, if not one of the favorites.
I can go next in the topic. All right,
Yeah,
man. I don't see him going to Dallas for the simple fact that I'm not sure if it's confirmed, but I did see might be a text from someone saying he got signed at 31.4 annually. I'm not sure if that's true or not.
That.
Talking about Dak?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
signed the
kind of
franchise
tender.
tender
He's
today.
kind of tender.
Right. So they have till
Yeah.
July 15th to sign a long-term deal.
Yeah.
I personally don't believe. I either think he's either going to the Texans, Eagles, or staying at the Jets. I believe the Jets are going to want like an Odell type of deal, which was, if I remember correctly, was 2 first-rounders for Odell that the Browns gave up. That's correct.
They didn't give up 2.
And Jabril.
It was
I
a
thought
first.
it was a 1 and a lineman in Jabril.
Yeah, and Kevin Zeitler.
They didn't give up.
Okay,
2.
either they might get an Odell deal or
That's Hall.
yeah, it's still a lot for Jamal Adams. I believe he is good. I do believe he's a top 5 safety. I just don't think he is a locker room changing player. His talent is undeniable. I do think the Texans needed anything on defense, so that'd be a good look. Eagles been needing DB for I can't even forever. You know what I'm saying? They've missed the thing on Jair. They missed on Jalen. I think they needed any DB to replace Malcolm Jenkins. They just lost.
Oh, Eagles.
Yeah, my bad. Eagles. My bad. My bad. You can hear me?
Yeah, you good, bro.
Yeah. Either that or I think he stays with the Jets until either his contract is up. To be honest, the Jets don't have to. If I'm correct, he has 2 more years on contract and a 5th-year option. So he literally, even he requested a trade, it's not up to him. So it's really up to what the Jets can get to their liking. So honestly, I think either the Texans, because I know they will blow the bag. I don't know who's doing the trade though for the Texans, but they are literally,
Bill O'Brien do them.
Bill O'Brien literally, I mean, the offseason trade that we're not going to talk about, that everyone knows I'm talking about, is horrible. So yeah, either Jets or Texans to me, and then the Eagles might slide in if Dougie comes to agreements. Dougie usually pulls out last minute on trades. It's been known that he does it. So yeah, Texans or steal the Jets, or Eagles slide in if they push. They get a good deal in their favor.
Cut.
I got them going to I honestly got them going to Tampa. I think Tampa is the most all-in team, unfortunately. Like, I don't want to see them go there, but they the most all-in team. So if you're going to go all in, you got a decent group of safeties, I guess, but they're young. You got a chance to get a superstar, top 2, in my opinion, top 2 safety. You go get them. top two behind Derwin. Derwin and him. I don't know what order you want to put him in, but him and Derwin the best two safeties to me. I think
The Bucks did draft a safety though too. They did draft a
they
safety at
definitely
Minnesota.
Whitehead,
Yeah.
right? I'm not. That's what I'm saying. They got a bunch of young safeties, but it's like, do you pass on the veteran that's been in Todd Bowles' system, that's been in the league all this time? He's a winner at heart. He just ain't never played with a winner. When he was at LSU, LSU only ran the ball. Had he been on the LSU team like now, that defense would have been like
Disgusting.
yeah. So it's like he was on a team where they won't run the ball every play. Then he got to come back out there and he was doing everything. Like he was.
I think it's
he had
contract
impact as
issues
a
what they're
freshman.
scared about.
As a freshman, he had an instant impact, and even as a rookie, he had a decent impact. It's just he went to a team that you couldn't save. Nobody really can save them. Like, and it started with the management in the front office because they're Adam Gase and them, I don't know what they're doing, bro. You get LeVeon don't play some games. He don't start some games. You got Todd Bowles going. You got Sam Darnold Alfamano. You got this going on. You got that. It's like it's a zoo.
Robbie Anderson's going too, right?
Robbie
He
Anderson,
left.
let him leave. It's a zoo. And I mean, they got decent young receivers, but again, Jamal Adams isn't like I'm not gonna say in the prime yet, but he's very close to his prime. So he ain't trying to waste no years in New York. Like it's the same. It's like I like your Odell comparison. It's the same thing as Odell. It's literally like he's bigger than everybody on that team. He is like it's just what it is. He's the biggest on the team. He's marketable. He's Jordan Brand. He know if he go to Dallas, he gonna.
Like if I can quote Skip Bayless, he was talking about like the good thing about Jamal Adams in his area that the team is so bad and he's so good compared that the writers in such a big market like New York, no matter if a team is good or not, New York is such a big market for anything that they only write about Jamal. I mean, his stats is good. Don't get it twisted. But the thing about Jamal is though he wants to. I think he compared himself to like an Ed Reed or to like these polarizing figures, and that's the thing that's a problem because he contracted up in 3 years or two, or we're at the 5th year option, right? They want to know how much money does he want because if y'all remember, Bruiser, I think if you confirm it for me on the laptop or you can search it up, I don't know the exact date, that he got mad originally for the Jets for even mentioning about trading him because he compared himself to a Tom Brady or Aaron Donald player. That's right. Okay. So if you think he's that type of player, then the contract money he wants is going to be crazy. And I personally don't think the money that he wants for Aaron Donald or Tom Brady's contract that he has reached that level yet. He could in 2 years. 2 years is a long time for you to get your play up, get your stats up, and more accolades. But I personally don't think right now he is a Aaron Donald contract player or a.
Babe, let me ask you: the way the league is going, you see more defenses. My team doesn't do it. I wish they would get out of it, but you see more teams playing nickel defense, dime defense. Teams usually don't keep 3 linebackers on the field, but even with Jamal, you can slide him into that linebacker slot. Then you look
and I'm gonna tell you why. Because even more quarterbacks are becoming more mobile. Like, there's no really true pocket passer quarterback I've seen the last 2 to 3 years. The most mobile quarterback I've seen, maybe Josh Rosen, but he had a little wiggle to him. Honestly, Sam Darnold has a little wiggle to him. These quarterbacks are becoming more West Coast quarterbacks or more mobile quarterbacks. RPOs is literally dominating the league right now. I mean, I think the top 5 quarterbacks in the league right now, or most of the top 10 quarterbacks in the league right now, or mobile or West Coast. Mm-hmm. I mean, Russ is a like mobile to get a passing lane. Mahomes, I'm gonna talk about it. Lamar, of course. Deshaun Watson, Carson Wentz can run. I'm missing he has the arm as a cannon too. So I do see these nickels coming up. I think they're looking for more agile players. I think.
But that's what I'm saying. When you look at Jamal, you're talking about a guy who can play strong safety, free safety.
With nickels, then that means the DNs are gone. I think true DNs are gone, and we're looking for more pass rushing linebackers. People like Queen from LSU are more prototype people I'm talking about. I think the middle linebacker is more going to be like a Devin White. I think LSU is bringing a great linebacker with speed and physicality. I think smaller players that come to lead now give them a chance because the game is speeding up.
But Jamal is basically a linebacker.
But that's what I'm asking you, Faye, because Jamal, you look at my team, Jadeveon Clowney had 3 sacks last year. That's what.
But wait, Jadeveon Clowney is a little different beast though. His run stoppage. I mean, his run ability to stop the run.
But you know what I'm saying is, you pay guys to rush the passer. DeMarcus Lawrence, I mean, he's a great player in my eyes. He's not one of the best, but he just got a $100 million contract. So I'm throwing that to Jamal. Jamal has
Oh,
six.
DeMarcus Lawrence.
Yeah, Jamal has 6 sacks last year. You put him on my team, he's leading the team in sacks. So you got a guy who can do everything. I don't think there's nobody out there that would hesitate to give him the bag. I just think in the time,
okay. I don't think no one has a. Oh, my bad. Yeah, go. My bad. I don't mean to cut you
I'm
off.
saying in the time that we are right now, I don't know. Based off what you're saying, I don't know who can give up enough to get him. Because if I'm
That's what I'm saying. I believe he's a great player. I believe his talent is undeniable. I believe he will be here for a long time. I think I told you him and Derwin are literally taking the lead by storm. I personally like Derwin more. He is a Florida boy. It's just biased. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Florida State.
Yeah. I think he's born in Florida too. He's born in the west side, the east side of Florida. But just him, these players being able to do everything. I mean, Jamal Adams could play. He's like a great coverage player, but he's good in coverage. Just to put him out there. I mean, Tyrann back at LSU has really molded the game, changed the game for all these new safeties that came in. They're playing more like Tyrann rather than playing like or just a pure drop back or a pure, like a pure can't appear in the box. They're able to do everything. They're more slot. So I do think the nickel defense is the new defense out. I believe the Chargers did a great job last year with Desmond King moving who else, having Derwin in the box, and having just 3 rushers and just playing coverage. I think that's the new defense to look out for. I believe Jamal Adams can play that thing. I just think it's the money to give up for him. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm not sure the teams he named are ready to give it up. I mean, most of the teams he named are playoff contenders, except for the Texans. They definitely lost a lot. So I can see the Texans. That's why I said Texans. But other than that, I don't believe these cap spaces are good for him because eventually he's going to get paid good money. You know what I'm saying? And the Chiefs are out of it, I think. They have to pay Mahomes $200 million at least.
The bag.
They have to give him the bag. It's undeniable.
He's got money. They have money. They just invested it in a lot of the bad contracts.
And I think the Ravens don't need him either. The Ravens don't need him.
I know exactly need him.
Anthony, a lot of their linebackers these 2 linebackers make a lot of money. They got Frank Clark and Chris Jones getting paid. Tyrann getting paid.
Tyreek Hill's getting paid.
Hill gotta get paid. Or about to get paid.
Kelsey might be the highest. I'm not sure if he got his contract already. He's paid already.
His contract don't expire till 2020.
Jace, where you think Adams should go? You say you got.
I know for a fact he's not going to the Cowboys. Cowboys paying too many people. Just like Damon said, Seahawks can't buy ham sandwich. They can't even buy ham. What's it called? I think he's going to the Eagles or Tampa Bay. Either one.
Hey, Bruiser, what's Tampa's cap space? If you can search it up. I don't know Tampa's cap space.
I thought they're not paying that many people.
They're not paying that many people.
Yeah, NFC that's the reason why I say that. Because they just going for it.
I think they'll trade him NFC before anybody.
Yeah, like I could see Tampa Bay going for him because like they just trying to get to the Super Bowl. Like that's their ultimate goal.
So do you think Tampa gets them in or gives Jamal now and trades them when they're done? Because you remember Jamal still has three more years officially on his contract.
I mean,
3 years is a good amount of years. 3 years is a good year.
They're not paying nobody though, so I can see them keeping him though.
Yeah, he's not going. Once you get a player like that.
Yeah, like I can see him keep. I can see them paying.
But the thing is though, Tampa is known for letting go a lot of good players. Though. Don't get twisted. Tampa is literally. Tampa's known, like pretty known for letting a lot of good players go, and they succeed somewhere else.
His contract up to 2022, right? So
who? Jamal. Yeah,
he has a fifth player option, so technically it could be 2023.
They gonna give it. They gonna offer it wherever he goes.
But the reason why I say Eagles though,
I was saying in 2020 their projected cap room is $4.9 million. I don't know if that's accurate. Yeah, Tampa Bay.
Well, technically it's a contract.
He's still under contract. It's not now.
Adams.
Jamal.
Yeah, he's on the contract still. So. I mean, I just think the Eagles need a DB. I think time for Dougie. It's time for Dougie just to go all in on a good DB like this. He literally fumbled the bag with Jair. I think Jair is a great corner.
They went in on him. They got
Their secondary is horrible, but they're not doing. Well, no, they're pretty bad.
No, it's doo-doo. No, it's doo-doo.
It's not that bad.
It's just
it was a young
mediocre.
2 years ago. Last year it was the worst it was, but they had a lot of injuries. But now
No, but think of it, 2 years ago, their front seven was disgusting, though. Their front seven was really disgusting.
Their front seven was nice. The one year they
But
won
the
the Super Bowl,
secondary
it
was
was
still
nice.
horrible though. Like that secondary was not it.
No, the secondary
Jamal-
wasn't horrible. They played up to like the
It
level
was
they
good
needed to
enough.
play.
It was
We
good
had-
enough.
The front seven getting
Yeah,
pressure.
no, the front
Yeah,
the
but
front
if
seven was
the front
disgusting.
seven do their job, you could play average for your
That's what I'm
secondary.
saying.
The front
But that
seven
You
front
gotta-
seven-
gotta, you gotta. I just know. I feel like Jamal Adams is. I think. Okay, Jamal Adams is a player where it's like You ever seen that commercial where that little black thing you can slap on leaks, just slap it everywhere and it'll fix it for just a
Hey,
amount of
Demar,
time.
like Colin Coward with the references. I know what you're talking about.
Flex seal.
Yeah. I feel like Jamal's like that for a defense that's in trouble. You know what I'm saying? A front seven like the Eagles have is good, and it's starting to deteriorate. Fletcher Cocker getting old. I think with it Brandon Graham. I think I'm not sure they go him or.
He's still there. He's still there.
No, oh, you still there?
Yeah.
They're getting old. I think a lot of wear and tear on the front seven starting to show in these upcoming years. I think Jamal Adams is like a flex shield that can just hold it for a little longer. You know what I'm saying? They're still a Super Bowl caliber team. I think they got a good receiver in the draft. I'm not sure how good he will be, but I know he's a good receiver in college. I know he can give him something. I know D-Jack is coming back. I'm not sure how healthy he is. I know Carson, even though he's a little injury prone, he's not really injury prone like that. He just misses key games. He just misses key games, so it makes it look like he's injury prone.
He's missed 8 games since in his 4-year career, but
not
the top.
I was like,
No. Oh, yeah, I'm just saying on the Eagles for them getting Jamal. I feel like that's a great fit. Texas needs anything to help Deshaun right now. They're literally just begging Deshaun, which is the reason why I think Bill O'Brien should get fired tomorrow. But other than that, I do think the Eagles should be the team to get him. Won't be surprised if the Texans or the Jets keep him.
Mace, where do you think All-Pro strong safety Jamal Adams should go? I'll give you enough time to mute your mic. Take your time.
Okay, there we go. I think I agree with Jace. Eagles looks fantastic. They've been hurting literally and figuratively in terms of their secondary for the past 3 years, ever since they won that Super Bowl, really. In terms of capital, I'm not sure how much of I'm not sure in terms of what they have in terms of what the Jets might desire. D-Jax maybe, but like I said, is this Fave? Is this Fave up here?
Yeah.
What's up,
I was
Fave?
talking the whole time. Yo.
Yeah, I just didn't know. I was like, who is this dude? But
No, you're good.
All right, I got a name to the face now. But yeah, I'm not entirely certain what kind of capital the Jets are looking for. That's a big part of the conversation, obviously. D-Jax,
allegedly,
sure,
I heard 2
2
first picks. Allegedly, I heard 2 first draft round picks. That's what I heard, allegedly.
The Eagles not getting
that's
off.
the word out.
The Eagles not getting off with just D-Jax. Like D-Jax is basically in Philly for his last hoorah. That's what this is.
Yeah, like
That's
Alshon.
I can see that though. I can see him go with D-Jack though. Honestly, I think the receiver they got is a younger D-Jack. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You know what I'm saying, but why would
Good
the
player.
Jets want him? The Jets don't want him. They don't need him.
Alshon.
Yeah, I think Alshon.
Yeah.
I think
Alshon
Goddard's
should be
an
out there,
attractive piece as
but
well.
the Jets receivers are
It's not even about
Is
that.
Alshon that good?
No, but it's
He's
not.
not.
Even
He's
about
not.
that.
No, he's not.
You take an expiring contract, a guy who's not Alshon is on. I think this because they just re-signed him to a 1 year.
This is last year. Yeah, this is
So they'll take Alshon just for the dead contract. You got to give me at least 2 picks. So
Yeah, 2 picks for sure.
A second this year, or a first next year, or something like that. It'll be one of
those.
those.
It's the first this year for sure. It's a 2021 first. Period.
Yeah.
Because that could be Jamar Chase or whoever you want.
Yeah.
I feel like we're not talking about that enough. Is that it's going to be a team in the NFC? I feel like, and we said contenders, but 9 times out of 10 is going to be the worst one out of those contenders.
So you like my Detroit take?
Right, because that's the only reason that the
No,
Bears.
I don't think they like Jamal. I think they don't even want Jamal to be happy wherever he goes.
I think Detroit's a good team though. I think Detroit's a good team on paper. I think they're all
They're a good defensive team led by Matt Patricia. But think about it. What organization is worse than the Jets? They're already trash. You can catch
Jamal control is on there because Jamal's
pretty close.
Jamal's similar to the NBA type, so he'll say like, "I don't care where I'm going, I'm not resigning." Yeah. He could do him like that.
So, we seen it last season.
One person I think that will do that. He has no problem saying he don't want to go.
But we seen that last season.
But the thing is though,
Ramsey like he coming up with
between
No, Ramsey didn't get traded. They sent Ramsey where he wanted to go. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Ramsey wanted to
The
go to
thing is,
LA.
though,
That's where he wanted to
thing
go.
between Jamal though
I
is
don't know
that his
that.
contract is not really up to his option though. Let's think about Jamal's situation.
Right. So
His contract is not.
Jamal don't have a problem playing until 2022. But if he tells you straight up, yeah, you can trade me there, but I'm gonna tell them I'm not re-signing. So then why would you waste your first on somebody that's not gonna re-sign?
Hey, Bruder, quick question.
It's not up to
Quick
you.
question for
Like
you, Bruder.
NFL players do this, but NBA players do it all the time.
What you saying,
That's
Fade?
what I'm saying. It's a change.
It's for you and Derek. So do you think since all these trade allegations come, like not trade allegations, but all these things, do you think
Rumors.
Le'Veon Bell has shifted a shift in the way trade talks work now? The ability to hold out, the ability to request a trade and not budge until you get traded. You think Le'Veon?
He did.
Le'Veon Bell's productivity did not match what he was talking before he got
No,
traded.
but no, it's not his fault because he
It's not his fault at all.
he
If you watch the
settled-
game,
he
Le'Veon
settled-
was doing.
He settled
Heavy.
on the money that they gave him, which wasn't that much of a difference. So he should have just went back to the Steelers. But on top of that,
Steelers off the
you went to the worst possible team you could have went to. I would have never went there.
He just didn't want to be in the Steelers. That's the only way. That's
But I'm
the only
saying, who was his other options? Because the Jets, I'm sorry, the Jets could offer me the most, but he's unhappy. He's miserable. I'm sure.
Honestly, I think before he signed, they were talking about him going.
Was it the Bucks?
No, yeah, the Bucks, yeah, but the Bucks be flaking. Like I don't think I understand how many times the Bucks been in trade allegations. I heard the Eagles are in every trade. Like allegedly, they're allegedly.
Eagles always
They GM active. That's what I'm saying. But I just think Le'Veon controlled his own narrative and made the wrong decision, and he got to live with it. And they trying to trade him too, from what I heard. But
if I'm leaving, I'm leaving New York too with Jamal. I feel like there's no reason for you to stay there. No, I'm not even saying that. I feel like his contract was like the money. Okay, to me, the money he wanted was well deserved. You know what I'm saying? The money he wanted, he deserved the money.
Yeah,
it's just the timing. I think the timing of the team with everything. Big Ben going through what he's going through, AB what he's going through. Then you request a trade on top of that. It's like, bro, like it was a bad timing.
But I feel what you're saying about Le'Veon, but then I understand what you're saying from a fan perspective, but then I look at the stats and I try to look at things from a GM perspective as much as possible because it's fun. Le'Veon averaged 3.5 yards per carry last year, which is the worst in
bottom O-line, bottom 5 O-line.
It doesn't matter. Then where's Le'Veon?
He knew that.
That's why I said he made the wrong decision.
But I'm saying, everything.
No, you're right.
He's
right. No, he's right.
He cannot go out and say, "I'm demanding a trade." Okay, we'll cut you. We'll cut you.
Look, but Search is too.
I think he would love to get cut.
I'm gonna say that's pretty stupid. You don't want to cut Le'Veon. He's
gonna go somewhere. He can still go. He can still go somewhere.
Remember, he has a year stayed on top of him. He has a year that he hasn't played that he fully recovered. Yeah. And thinking about Le'Veon kind of I think Le'Veon doesn't get enough credit, even though it's off topic. I'm sorry, bro. It's off topic because I think Le'Veon shifted a new wave of running backs that people don't even really give him the credit for. You know what I'm saying? The reason why Christian McCaffrey can go and catch 100 passes is because Le'Veon can catch 77 and run for 1,300 while missing 2 games in a year. And people give him that credit that what he did. And the ability that Le'Veon was the all-purpose back, all-around back, but he was just in like a offense that was pass heavy too. Yeah, you know, because Big Ben was throwing 5,000, 4,800, 4,500. You know what I'm saying? So
they really messed themselves up, but they couldn't never beat the Patriots. So
I'll give Le'Veon credit that he shifted how like running back negotiations go. I can't speak for the whole NFL each of their positions.
Oh no, I don't want to give him solely the credit for. I think he's sparked something that was able to have Christian McCaffrey run his way, or for just OCs to use running backs. You know what I'm saying?
But even contract negotiations, Zeke just got paid last year because of he was threatening to hold out. He was in Cabo, Mexico.
Todd Gurley's contract was crazy too. You got to remember that.
Yeah, Todd Gurley was going to hold out. So we're going to see with these new contracts. Saquon might potentially hold out. Kamara might potentially hold out.
But don't forget though, Melvin Gordon held out too, and he got burned.
What I'm saying.
So your talent matters.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Look at the productivity of these guys. Zeke led the league in rushing in his first 2 years. We already know how special Todd Gurley was pre-knee injury, and who knows what he's going to be.
We don't want to play football anymore.
Yeah, but if you ask me, those two guys are very deserving of the contract. If I was the Steelers and I look at Le'Veon's suspension history, I look at his inability to stay healthy at times, I wouldn't have given him the contract either.
That's
what.
Okay, but listen. Wait.
Biggest argument
Le'Veon Bell's contract. My bad. You go, Mason.
The biggest argument against giving Le'Veon that money, honestly, is look what James Conner did when Le'Veon was sitting out. James Conner was,
Okay.
and Damon, I know you like James Conner.
Yeah.
James Conner he played fantastically. So, and the same thing almost happened or did happen, you could say, to a certain degree, to Melvin Gordon. He's like, okay, LeVeon sat down. James Conner, 4.2 rushing yards per carry. Melvin Gordon sits out. They look at Austin Eckler like, all right, man, we don't really need you
He's
like
nice,
that. We got
though.
Austin Eckler.
He's
We got
nice. Austin
Eckler
Eckler is
right now.
nice. Austin Eckler is definitely
Eckler
nice,
just
too.
caught 80 balls like it was nothing. So
Yeah.
Okay, quick question, though, Demond, for you. Okay, if you had to rank Le'Veon as a receiver for the team that year, what would you rank him on the Steelers roster?
the number 2.
Obviously.
Exactly. So if you're not really paying just for a running back, if you're able to be your second best receiver with Juju on his rookie year too, Juju not yet developed yet until he had the 112 catch season that he had after he left. But at the time we asked for the contract, you weren't paying just for a top 5 running back. You were also paying for the second best receiver on your team. You see what I'm saying? That's my only against. That's what Le'Veon just specifically.
But how
Le'Veon.
many people can also be the second best? Here's a personal opinion, and this could, I don't know what the timeline was for this podcast was, but it's in my personal opinion that the running back is the most replaceable player on an NFL roster.
I'm even up you with that. It's even the most easiest transition position in the NFL. It's literally based off instinct and your ability to read a hole. That's what a running back is.
O-line is doing that work. O-line is doing 80% of the work, bro.
Yeah, I'm with you. But thing is, though, when you find a running back who's able to catch a ball or able to do more than just run the ball for you, and at the time when Le'Veon was a top 5 back and you had if someone could disagree with me and stop me, at the time, the Steelers' offense should have been better than what it was. The talent it had was top, like, all-time talent, but not all-time results. If anyone want to challenge me, they can challenge me, but
yeah,
they just fumbled that. You know what I'm saying? So you should have kept that longer. If I'm Mike Tomlin, if I'm the Steelers organization, that should have been keep that as long as you can. Especially, Antonio Brown was old. He was on the reaching his 30s, but he was still producing. Le'Veon was under 30, still producing. Big Ben, quarterbacks last long, and you had Juju too. So you should have kept the offense as long as you can. That was my thing.
Yeah, that's similar to.
And I can see both sides because the Steelers organization was definitely disrespecting Le'Veon with those back-to-back franchise tags.
And the Steelers O-line is great. It's been good for a long time. People don't get credit for it. It's been good for a long, long time. You don't get credit for it. And
it's similar. I'm gonna let you go. I just want to say that it's similar to like OKC when they had Harden, Durant, and Russell. They
exactly. When you get older,
came off.
When you get older, you see that picture. You're like, that's crazy. These 3 players are on one team, and they let it go for nothing. I'm not sure. I think James Harden's original trade he got was dirt. Not to mention, I think Victor Oladipo was on that team too, right?
Yeah. Nah, they had Ibaka at the time. They traded Ibaka to the Magic for Oladipo.
Oladipo wasn't on the Thunder.
Nah, he wasn't.
Okay, my bad. But I know he was part of the organization too. They let go too. So.
Yeah. Demond, last name, so we can move on from just Jamal Adams conversation.
Oh, that's what I was saying. I just wanted to get back on topic. Somebody asked you, Mr. Host, who do you think Jamal is?
I think definitely they're gonna send him across conference. I said the Detroit Lions. I really think that's a possibility. They're gonna try to send him somewhere where he's not gonna be happy per se, and like a bad team. But I think that can end up turning up being a backfire. I've said this to cut in Demond, Akuda. They added multiple Patriots through free agency. Matt Patricia is familiar with them type of players, and if Stafford just stay healthy for a complete season, this team could possibly make noise and potentially make the wild card.
They have a great coach, bro. I'm telling y'all, bro.
Not great. I ain't gonna say great.
Patricia?
I'm telling you, he has showed potential, bro. He has showed potential to be great.
Oh yeah, he definitely his defense mindset is.
This past year, the team he had this past year, bro. They did a lot better than what I thought they were gonna do. Honestly,
fair enough.
I think the Detroit Lions.
Who the other receiver? Marvin
Jones. Yeah,
Marvin Jones. I think they don't get enough credit they should be. I think the Detroit Lions have a good, solid receiving corps. They don't get enough credit for either.
I can see it.
You said
they didn't lose bad. They didn't lose badly. Yeah, he's pretty.
No,
good.
I didn't say that. I personally not say that.
But. Jason.
That's what I'm talking about, Jason. But no, I don't.
Jace, I see your point because the Lions at certain times last year, I think they should have beat the Packers on that Monday night game.
Cardinals week 1.
They took the Chiefs to the brink at home. I believe
They didn't never. I don't think they ever lost like badly. Maybe like once or twice, maybe.
Yeah.
The record didn't show how good they really are. That's
Yeah.
The record didn't show how good they played.
I could see that. I like that. I like that.